Let's talk about something real, something most men won't admit even to themselves, let alone out loud. You've been told to be the rock, the provider, the protector, the guy who's got it all figured out. And yeah, those roles matter. But here's the twist. Those roles alone won't keep a woman emotionally attached. What draws her in is rarely what keeps her invested. You might have charm, strength, confidence, but what really grips her at the core isn't loud. It's quiet, subtle, psychological. It's something she won't even confess to her closest friends because it hits beneath the surface. See, most guys go wrong not because they lack value, but because they don't know when to stop giving. They chase, they explain, they try to fix things that didn't need fixing, and in doing so, they lose the one thing that truly hooks a woman: emotional tension. But the game changes when you stop being reactive and start becoming intentional. When you stop chasing her attention and start embodying your value. That's when the shift happens. That's when you go from being another guy in her phone to the man she can't stop thinking about. In this video, we're going deep, deeper than tips or tricks. I'm giving you 10 psychological shifts most men overlook, but women react to at a subconscious level. These are emotional switches, hidden levers. When you understand them, you don't need to chase her. You become the gravity she can't escape. So if you've ever done all the right things and still ended up ghosted, if you've watched her interest fade the moment you showed you cared, if you've wondered how some men do so little and still leave a deep impact, this is your wake-up call. Let's dive in. 1. The one emotion. She can't hide around a grounded man. She may laugh, she may act like nothing phases her, but there's one emotion that slips through her control when she's around a certain type of man. And no matter how composed or cool she seems, she can't mask it. It's not fear. It's not insecurity. It's uncertainty. The kind that leaves her wondering, questioning, leaning in. The kind that throws off her emotional autopilot without her realizing it. Here's how it works. You walk into the room not trying to prove anything. Your energy is solid, calm. You're not posturing. You're not selling yourself. You're just there, undisturbed, intentional, observant, and she can't read you. That unsettles her. And in that very moment, you've created something powerful: emotional curiosity. Most men try too hard. They flatter too soon. They text too much. They lay all their cards on the table, and while that might get a woman's attention, it kills the tension. There's no mystery left. She knows the ending before the story even begins. But when she's around a man who doesn't give everything away, who doesn't chase or explain himself, who doesn't flinch in silence, that's when something shifts inside her. She doesn't know why she wants to understand you so badly. She just does. She'll hide it with small talk. She'll distract herself. She'll even try to make you talk more, but her body gives her away. She'll lean in without realizing. Her speech slows. Her eye contact lingers. Because now, you've broken her rhythm. For women who are used to controlling the mood, your stillness catches her off guard. And let me be crystal clear. This isn't about playing games or acting cold. It's about standing rooted in your own frame. When you're not moved by validation, not shaken by rejection, and not eager to be liked, that's when a woman truly feels your presence. That's when you stop being a man who's trying to impress and start becoming the man who impacts her without needing to say much at all. Because here's the part no one teaches. Women don't fall for what they see in you. They fall for how they feel about themselves when they're around you. And if your energy is calm, consistent, steady, they'll feel uncertain in a way that draws them in, not pushes them away. Like Seneca said, the greatest power is often simple presence. He wasn't talking about dominance. He was talking about calm awareness, being so centered that the world adjusts to you, not the other way around. So if you've noticed a shift in her behavior when you pull back, if she slowed down when you stayed still, if she looked a little too long when you said nothing at all, that wasn't confusion. That was the emotion she couldn't hide. And if you're stepping into that power now, not trying to be mysterious, but just owning your silence, drop this in the comments: I own the silence. Because the man who no longer needs to prove himself, he's the one who doesn't have to say a word to be unforgettable. Number 2. Why emotional presence is her silent obsession. Here's something you won't hear in most dating advice circles. A woman doesn't crave your time. She craves the weight of your presence. That invisible emotional frequency you carry when you're fully grounded, focused, and unshaken by the noise around you. Most guys are physically present but mentally scattered. They're checking their phones, chasing dopamine, always one step ahead or behind in the conversation. But women pick up on that quickly. Emotional presence is when you're fully there, not just listening, but feeling the moment. Your eyes don't wander. Your energy doesn't drift. You speak less. But when you do, it cuts deep because it's real. No fluff, no filters. Now here's the paradox. When you give a woman your full emotional attention without trying to impress or expect anything in return, it does something to her. It makes her feel seen. Not as a body, not as a conquest, but as a woman. And that's rare. You might think, won't that make me seem too available? Not if your presence comes from power, not need. You're not trying to win her. You're simply tuned into the moment, letting her experience you fully, without chasing an outcome. A man who is emotionally present radiates a strange calm. He's unpredictable in the best way, not because he's playing games, but because he's tapped into something deeper, and that presence becomes addicting to a woman who's used to men that fade fast or fumble under pressure. Remember, your presence is louder than your words. Show up with it, and she'll feel you long after the moment ends. Number 3. The subtle power of being unavailable at the right time. Let's be clear. Women are not attracted to constant availability. They're drawn to selective energy. It's not about being cold or distant. It's about having a life so full that you're not sitting around waiting for a text or a call. When a man is always there, always replying, always making space for her, he becomes predictable. Predictability kills tension, and without tension, attraction flatlines. But when you become unavailable with purpose, something wild happens. She starts to feel your absence. She starts to question why you're not reaching out. She wonders if someone else has your attention. That's not cruelty. That's psychology. Humans value what they have to earn. When she feels she can't just snap her fingers and get your time, she starts to treasure it more. This doesn't mean ghost her or play hard to get. It means don't break your routines just because she showed up. Stay on your purpose. Keep your rhythm. Let her fit into your life, not become your life. And here's the secret sauce. When you do make time for her, it feels intentional, like a privilege, not an obligation. That's what sticks with her. That's what separates you from 99% of men who flood her DMs with "wid" at 10 p.m. Number 4. Her mind obeys her emotions, not her logic. Ever been with a woman who says she's not looking for anything serious, but then she's texting you non-stop and acting jealous? That's not confusion. That's emotional override. Women may say one thing, but they feel their way into decisions. Their emotional brain leads, logic just shows up after to justify it. You can't reason a woman into attraction. You have to feel her into it. What does that mean? It means your energy, your tone, your presence, your mood has more impact than your words. If you make her feel safe, excited, curious, seen, her body will respond, even if her mind is trying to stay detached. That's why emotionally grounded men are dangerous, in a good way. They bypass the surface and go straight to the emotional core. So next time she's acting cold, don't chase. Stay still, don't argue, just watch. Because what she says and what she feels may not line up. And it's your ability to stay calm through that disconnect that keeps her hooked. Number 5. Why silence after emotion is louder than words. Let's talk about post-conflict silence. After an argument or a heated moment, most men try to fix it immediately. They text paragraphs, they call, they explain. But here's what a powerful man does. He steps back. Why? Because the moment after tension is where attraction builds or breaks. If you go silent after an emotional high, you create space for her to feel the weight of what just happened. You let her reflect. You let her miss you. Most men panic in silence, but a man who knows his value uses it as a weapon. He doesn't chase closure. He lets her come to terms with the fact that she just felt something real, and you're not begging to smooth it over. Sometimes the most magnetic thing you can say is nothing at all. 6. The art of controlled vulnerability. Let's kill the myth right now. Being vulnerable doesn't mean crying on her shoulder about your childhood trauma on the first date. That's emotional dumping, not strength. True vulnerability is controlled, measured, intentional. It's when you open up just enough to show you're human, but not so much that you bleed all over her. You say something real, something most men would avoid, something that shows depth, but you say it calmly, without needing comfort or validation, and then you move on. That moment, that's what hits her. She sees a man who feels, but isn't controlled by those feelings. That's powerful. She doesn't want a robot, but she also doesn't want a man who breaks under pressure. She wants emotional truth with masculine restraint. Master that, and you'll stand out in ways she can't explain, but won't forget. 7. She studies how you react to her pullbacks. Here's the game most men don't know they're being tested on. When she pulls back, how do you react? Do you chase? Get insecure? Start overthinking and blowing up her phone? Or do you lean back and stay composed? Because trust me, women will pull back. Sometimes to test you, sometimes because of her own stuff. But either way, she's watching your reaction. When you remain calm, when you continue living your life without missing a beat, it sends a clear message. I'm not dependent on your attention. And that message, that's what makes her come back. Because now she's thinking, why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he trying to fix this? Did I lose him? And just like that, you've shifted the frame. Her pullback becomes your power move, because you didn't flinch. 8. Eye contact that stays longer than comfort. Most guys look away too soon. They break eye contact the second it feels intense. But here's what women notice. The guy who holds it. Not in a creepy way, not with a smirk, but with calm curiosity. That stillness, that confidence, that eye contact, that's what hits her gut. It's primal. It's non-verbal leadership. And it makes her wonder, who is this guy who's not flinching? You're not looking at her like you want something. You're looking into her like you've already got it, and now you're deciding if she's worth your time. It's a small move with a big effect. Don't look away first. 9. Emotional detachment creates magnetic tension. The guys who get attached too fast, they lose the game early. Why? Because they project neediness, even when they don't say a word. But when a man moves with emotional detachment, not coldness but calm distance, he creates something every woman subconsciously craves: mystery. She doesn't know if she has you. She doesn't know what you're thinking. And that unknown keeps her invested. You show affection, but you don't overinvest. You enjoy the connection, but you're not clinging. You love with freedom, not fear. That's when she chases. That's when she obsesses. Because she feels something and she's not sure if it's safe or fleeting. That tension, that's what makes her feel alive. 10. Her memory holds onto how you made her feel. Here's the final truth. You can buy her gifts, take her places, compliment her daily. But years later she won't remember what you said or did. She'll remember one thing, how you made her feel. Not just in good times, but in the hard moments, the quiet ones, the tension-filled ones, when she tested you, when she pulled back, when she showed up emotionally unpredictable and you stayed grounded. She'll remember the man who didn't try to fix her, but made her feel safe. She'll remember the man who didn't need her, but still chose her. That's what lingers. That's what haunts her. That's what makes you unforgettable. If you've made it this far, you're not just another guy. You're here because you feel it. Something deep inside you is shifting. You're tired of being confused, tired of chasing, tired of doing everything right and still losing the game. Brother, this isn't about being a player. This is about being undeniable. It's about stepping into a frame so powerful that women don't just notice you, they remember you. So if you're ready to start living in that truth, if you're ready to become the man she can't ignore, can't figure out, and can't forget, drop this in the comments. I move different now, because once you do, she'll feel it, even in your silence.